What's up, beautiful souls, and welcome to the Rebellion. My name is Belle. If you don't already know that, you should check out my channel trailer, which will be linked below and in the eye. It'll give you more information on who I am and what my channel has to offer. The next thing I want to address is my hair. I'm so sorry. It is a mess. Please forgive me. I just had to record this video. Next, this is the second video in my channel series called Back to the Basics. The first video would have been just the basics. Things I think people should know about their skin and makeup, which will help to make the makeup application easier or more beneficial for your skin type. So this video, the second video in this series, is our prep and prime video. It's about how I prep and prime my face for the makeup application. Also, if you have not seen the series trailer, you can check that out. It'll be linked below as well. So before we start, I want to say I'm a licensed esthetician. If you've never seen my channel trailer, you would not know that, but I am a licensed esthetician. And before we get started, I just want to say estheticians do work on the outermost layer of the skin, the epidermis. If there's something that is going on at the dermis level, you would have to see a dermatologist for that. So that's the difference, just in case anybody was wondering. But your skin has an acid mantle, which is the barrier that is made up of sebum, lipids, sweat, and water. Those components together form a hydrolipic barrier that keeps your skin from drying out due to exposure to external factors like the sun or too much wind and humidity and things like that. So I just felt like knowing that would help you know why I do what I do. So the first thing I'm going to say is anytime I'm applying makeup, I always start by washing. No matter what, I cleanse my face. I am combination skin. I get oily in my T-zone. I get dry pretty much everywhere else. I do have a little hyperpigmentation. So what I do is I cleanse my face with an oil-based cleanser or just an oil. So for example, I have all natural almond oil right here, which is known for its brightening properties. So I'm gonna put this on my face just so you can see it, but I would normally put my oil on my face. Definitely take it down my T-zone, all my lips. I would rub it all over my face. And then what I would do is let it sit for a few moments, and then I would get some water, lather it up, wash it off my face. Now, I told you my skin type, which is combination. I'm mostly oily down my T-zone, but I use an oil-based cleanser because if you utilize oils, it will trick your body and your skin into thinking that you're naturally hydrated already, so your body won't produce as much oil. So anytime I'm about to do my makeup application, because I want my makeup to last, whether I'm using a dewy foundation or a matte foundation, I always do an oil-based cleanser. If I'm just doing my normal skincare routine morning or night and I know I'm not putting on makeup, I would totally use any cleanser, whether that be an exfoliating, a cream cleanser, or a foaming cleanser. It really doesn't matter to me. In my nighttime routine, if I feel like I'm super dry, then I'll put an oil first, a dual cleanse basically. I'll put an oil on first, wet it, and then go over it with a foaming cleanser and cleanse it all off. Anyway, totally getting sidetracked, so sorry. So I utilize an oil cleanser before I start my makeup application because I don't want my face to produce as much oil. So this is the part where I would wash it off. Obviously, I'm not going to take you guys in my bathroom in the moment. So what I was going to tell you was, if you feel like you're in a place or a position that you cannot get to the sink, you can't, wash your face as you would normally, I always start with the cleanse no matter what. So then I would tell you using my micellar water. This is the Dr. Brandt Dual Fusion micellar water, and it is a cleanser for makeup removing. People use it for that, but I will use it for anything. I also have the Bioderma cleanser, which is not near me, so I'm not gonna get it because I feel like the internal battery temp of this camera gets hot so fast and it dies so fast. So I just want to try to get as much done as I can. If I don't have anything that's not here with me, I'm just gonna have to try to put a picture on the screen or at least reference it. Anyway, I also have Garnier micellar water, so I'm gonna use this to get the oil off my face today. But so like I said, if you're in a place where you cannot wash your face, you still want to cleanse it, just go with the micellar water. Now once your face is cleansed, I usually go in with like 2 different pads. I wet them all at the same time. I was holding a stack of them and I just let them each soak up the water. And once I feel like the water has like sort of kind of lathered up the oil, so now it's coming off, then I will use a dry one and cleanse my skin. Also, just so you know, anytime I'm washing my face, I do get my brows because like I said, I have a tendency to be dry everywhere else, including my under eyes and my brows, but I get these ugly like dry patches in my brows and sometimes on my face right here. So I definitely get in there with that. So when I'm washing my face, I'm usually at the sink. If I decided I had to use micellar water because I couldn't gain access to a sink, I just want you to know I would also wipe that over my lips. It'll help with any crusting or anything like that. But if I am at the sink, I love to use my Bliss lip exfoliator. I will put a lip scrub on, any lip scrub on, and then I will just exfoliate my lips, which I love. So next, after my face is cleansed, my lips are cleansed, what I would then do is utilize a toner. So I have so many different toners as well. I think right now my favorite one would be the brightening one by Kiehl's, but I don't have it with me. So this Dickinson toner is just as simple. I would go ahead and utilize this, and I'm just gonna do that now. So I would tone my face. Get some on the cotton round and then tone my face, let my skin absorb it. What I will tell you is when toning, you want to make sure that you're applying your toner everywhere as much as possible. No area, you know, on your face, neck, or décolleté will be harmed by toner, but you definitely want to make sure you're getting like the sides of your nose and wherever your largest pores are. And my pores are largest right here, and pretty much down my nose. My whole T-zone is gonna help tighten and pH balance your skin. pH balancing your skin with toner is going to help your body not produce as much oil as well. If you are an oily girl, if you are dry or sensitive or anything else, just get a toner that fits you, one that helps with hydration or is soothing or calming or whatever, and that'll be beneficial for you as well. So after I tone my face, what I then do is I always put something on my lips. I just put something on my lips. It could be Blistex, chapstick, something that is really lightweight and that your lips can absorb. After I rub it in my lips, I then go over it with a lip mask. My favorite one at the moment is the Best Damn Beauty lip mask by Nicole Guerrero. But what I will say is I utilize my lip mask in my makeup application. I put it on my lips so that when I am wearing a super drying or hard liquid lipstick, my lips don't dry out. So put on a lip mask first, and I promise you it helps with the comfortability of your lip product, because a lot of matte liquid lipsticks are made completely different. The formulas are different, and I feel like I can never tell the difference when I'm wearing a lip mask. Now, in the event that I was gonna wear a lip gloss or something I didn't need the mask for, I would still do exactly what I did, but when it was time to put on my actual lip product, I would blot it off or wipe it off. And then I would just re-moisturize and put my gloss on top of it. So, yes. So next, I would go in with a facial mask. I prefer to use sheet mask when I'm doing a makeup application because I feel like it's easier. I don't have to be at the sink washing it off. But most importantly, when I take the sheet off, the serum and everything is still on my face. It gives my face time to absorb all that goodness, which is going to help with whatever I'm looking for. So if you want a glowy look, get a brightening mask. If you have hyperpigmentation you're worried about, also brightening mask. If you just want a firming look, something that's gonna plump you, whatever, get a sheet mask that caters to you. My favorite sheet mask right now for myself and clients is the Tatcha sheet mask, whether it be the brightening one or the lifting one. I just love, love, love it. Also, I love the Karuna mask. Amazing, amazing mask. I love the Amore Pacific mask. These masks are awesome because, let me show you a picture on the back. They come with the essence. You put the essence on your face and then you put the mask over it, which is essentially how we do masks as estheticians, or at least going to Aveda and certain brands, you actually put the mask on first and then you just put one of the cotton sheet, mask sheet, the cutout thing over the face. So I love those, but this is a great, great, great mask. It is awesome for moisture and brightening. It has never broken me out, and I relatively have sensitive skin. Even though I'm combination skin, a lot of times my skin doesn't react well to products. The Karuna mask, this set is $28 at Sephora, but it comes with 4 different type of masks, anti-aging, moisture, all this different stuff. You could just buy the box set. Also, if I hadn't already put on a lip mask, I would utilize this lip mask. I have multiple lip masks, but these are just like sheet masks for your lips. They have Sephora brand. You can find this brand in Marshall's. I love Patchology. I love them as well. Patchology, I love their brand, but I love their brand mostly for makeup. So if I have a client who I'm doing their makeup for bridal or anything else, I usually go with the Patchology under eye mask, their facial mask, just all their different stuff. I don't know. I feel like it's quick, easy, fast drying, but when I'm doing a actual facial, a client who I'm doing a facial on, Tatcha is just more luxurious, and I love the essence that they have. It smells good, it feels good, like everything's just really great. Only other thing I'm gonna mention, so the mask I'm gonna use today is gonna be the 7 Wonders Leaders brand. It's the Mediterranean Olive Brightening Mask. But before I do, I want you to know this egg white brand, Skin Food, love, 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 love them. And this particular brand, you open the product, and I love to do this, not every time I'm doing my makeup, but at least once a week before my makeup application. And the day that I utilize this will not be a day that I did any exfoliating or like chemical peel products. These, when you open them, nose strip, chin and forehead strip, you just dab a little water on the area so that they adhere. You put them on, and once you put them on, you let them sit for 5 minutes and they pull all the gunk out of your skin. I utilize these after I have washed and toned my face. So let me just utilize this micellar water. And we're just gonna dab these on really quick one. The chin one. The nose one. And the forehead one. And I put this one like this. Wouldn't you know it, the internal temp got too hot per usual, but we're gonna take these off now. Ow. Ew, can you guys see this? Hold up. Ew, you can't see it, but oh my gosh. These things work so good. I'm gonna take this one off. Ew. And we're gonna take this one off. Ew. Yo, the worst one was all this gunk on my chin, bro. Look. Let me try one more time. Can you see that? Oh my gosh. All of that came out these pores, because like I said, my pores are largest right here and on my chin. So now that I've got all the gunk out my face, what I would normally do is tone again one more time, but since my camera's acting crazy, I'm gonna skip that step. And then I would put on my mask. Now, okay, so it has been the required amount of time. Now I'm just gonna take this off. Eye balms and eye creams I prefer to use at nighttime before I go to sleep. In the daytime or under my makeup, in the daytime or under my makeup, I prefer to use eye gels. It's gonna go with this under eye bag gel, and I just put it on my finger, and then I rub my ring fingers together or pat. And then I start right in the corner looking up and pat all around. And then I will smooth it down where the fine lines are coming. I don't really have bags or dark circles right now. This is more of a preventative step, but these fine lines are coming in. So I'll smooth right there, pat some more. And then I also like to go under my brow and on top of my lid. So now that my eyes are moisturized with eye cream, they're also in the process of being firmed and lift because of the type of eye cream that I use. My skin still has the serum on it. What I'm gonna do next is apply any serums or oils that I would want to apply. If I do apply an oil, it will be a lighter oil. If I'm going to use a heavier oil, I would apply that after my moisturizer or mix it in with my foundation. So as far as serums goes, I have a ton of serums, but what I'm going to use today is going to be the Murad vitamin C and the Good Genes. So what I want to tell you, like I said, the face masks are usually soaked in serum. So your serums, you want to layer in order of thickness. So the lightest and the most fluid, the most watery, you want to go first, because those usually have smaller molecules which can penetrate deeper. So you don't want to put a heavier serum on and then try to put the lighter one on top of that, because it's honestly just not going to do you any good. So you want to layer them by how thick they are. So this is my Good Genes, and this is my vitamin C. So now if you were to turn this one, if you don't know, you see this one is more watery. It's already running. The Good Genes is barely moving. So that's just a tip or a way that you can test your products to see which one is thicker or thinner or lighter. You know, you can always test them on your hand, but before I wash my face, I always wash my hands, so I make sure that my hands are clean before I put anything on them. Now that I've done that, I'm just gonna put this serum on first, and usually what I would do is rub both of my hands together and then pat my serum on. Just pat, 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 pat. Pick it down the sides of my nose. And all the rest of my face. Pat, pat, pat. And I like to smooth it right where it meets the under eye cream and finish patting. Next, I'm going to utilize my Good Genes. And just so you know, I also, every time I'm done utilizing my products, I literally take a Lysol wipe and cleanse all the products, because sometimes if makeup gets on my hand and then makeup gets on the bottle, so that's why I'm comfortable at this point touching these containers and then putting them on my face. So I'll put the serum here and put the rest, this Good Genes serum. I feel like it does wonders, but I hate the smell. It smells like old and I don't know, but I love how it makes my skin feel and how it works. So that's why I keep using it, even though I don't like the smell. Now that we have the serums on, we are going to moisturize. So now we're gonna apply this Aveda moisturizer. And what I like to do with my moisturizer is rub it at the tip of the hands. Just put it on in effleurage S motions, which are just long strokes. And now we're hydrated. So then I would press in if I felt like anything was like sitting atop my skin too much, or just wanted to try to make sure it penetrated as deeply as possible or something, then I would press it in. Now we're on, that was all of my prep. Now we're on to our priming. Okay, so now that we've got our skin prepped, we are on to priming. I love so many primers. I love the NYX Angel Veil. It is a dupe for the Hourglass Wedding Veil primer. I love the Tarte Poreless Clean Slate, the Smashbox, the clear one, Smashbox, the clear one, the original formulation, all of the photo finish ones as well. I love the Makeup Forever, the Step equalizing primers, but the ones that I'm going to show you today, just for the sake of this video, are not the only ones I utilize, but just the ones I chose to utilize because I talked to you about my skin type. So I wanted to use ones that I like to use if I am going out all day and I really want to prevent being super oily, which rarely happens to me. So this is the Cover FX liquid blotting drops, which you can put in any foundation to make it a matte foundation. However, I almost always use a matte foundation in my T-zone anyway, even if I'm using dewy everywhere else, but sometimes I do use a matte foundation all over. So either way, more times than not, I'm already using a matte foundation. So I utilize this as a primer versus actually mixing it in with my foundations. I know it can get tricky, but let me just finish explaining. So I'm preparing this as if it were, I guess I'll say midday daytime makeup. Whenever I'm using these blotting drops, I do mix them with the Cover FX SPF drops. I got this combination from Amanda Ensing. I will link her channel below, and I actually love the combination. And in the event that I'm utilizing the SPF without this, that's fine as well too. I use the SPF on its own, but I never use the blotting drops on their own. I'm always mixing this with something else because, like I said, I'm combination skin. These SPF drops, you always want to put on SPF when you're going out in the daytime or if you're going to be out for a long time. So if you're like, oh, I'm going to a nighttime event, but you're going out at 4 o'clock when the sun is out still, even though it's going down in most places, and you know you're going to be out all night, I would still wear SPF. So this is my favorite SPF or my SPF for under my makeup, because it is clear. So in the event that I am out all day, thought that I was going to be going home, but I ended up being out all night, because this is a clear SPF, so that if I end up being out all night when I'm taking pictures, I don't get that flashback from the white SPFs that usually cause that white cast on your face. So can you see? So this is the SPF, which I'm just gonna mix with blotting drops, maybe, and I use 1 to 2. Then I rub them together. I'm gonna focus in the places I get the most oily, and I'm gonna press it in to those places. And then I'm just gonna lightly smooth everywhere else. Lightly smooth everywhere else. Once I have that on, I will also use a second primer, which is usually the Tarte poreless primer or one of the Smashbox ones, because I really like silicone primers that, can you see this? Silicone primers that are pore filling. So then I would put this around the corners of my nose and right where my largest pores are, which are right here. I'm gonna press those in. Like pressing, I feel like it just fills the pore better. Get a little more, put that on my chin, because remember we cleaned all the gunk out of this area. So we definitely want something to fill that in. We don't want the makeup to get in there and have a harder time getting out. And then I'll get right here and smooth it up. All right. Lastly, we're gonna talk about priming the eyelids, just because the word prime is included in there. Honestly, that would not be my next step. What I would do after I felt like my face was completely done, hydrated, moisturized, whatever it needs to be, I would then go in and do my brows. Once my brows are done and I underline them with concealer, I usually bring my concealer down, pat that out on my eyelid as a primer. In the event that I feel like I want something more long lasting, or if I want something that is in a lighter shade range, because my concealer is relatively close to my skin color. Even if I'm using the one that I highlight with, is still only like 1